everybody. How's everybody doing? I trust that you guys are all doing really well. I wanted to present to you today something called Going Live Etiquette. Listen, okay, I know you might be thinking, why, Didi? I have a lot of friends and a lot of colleagues who I am very grateful I'm fumbling over my words again. I am grateful to know that they are getting out there, getting out their comfort zone and making their videos and going live and chatting with everyone on live. And I think that's great. I think more people need to be jumping on and be interactive and all of that. However, I have noticed some things, behaviors going on live that kind of depreciate the value of messages that sometimes these good people are trying to get out. And so I figured I would make just a little list to help someone out. If you find this useful, great. If you don't, well, you can always pass it on to someone else who can benefit from going live etiquette, okay? So first and foremost, before you even think of going live, you want to make sure that you are ready to go live. That means the place that you're at, your surroundings, your environment is going to be conducive for you to stay focused. You don't want any interruption. So if you are at home with family or you're home with children or whatsoever, you want to make sure that you communicate to everyone around you for a duration of time, period of time, you are going to be going live. That way, you don't have any interruptions of someone knocking on your door or walking across your video feed or maybe even calling out your name abruptly. And then now you have to address the situation and then apologize to your viewers that are watching you. Okay, so first and foremost, you want to let everyone around you know that you are about to go live. Just tell them, say, I'm not available for the next 10 minutes to, I don't know, the next hour. Give me my time alone. Make sure that is really well communicated. Number 2, you want to turn your ringer off, okay? If you see a text message or a phone call coming on your screen, I know you might have the urge to, what does that say? What does that say? Just forget about it. You can get to that afterwards. Right now, you're handling business and you have viewers that are listening attentively to what you have to say. So you want to make sure that you're giving back the same respect as well. Unless your ringer is on loud or volume and it starts to ring or you have an alarm on, you might want to turn your alarm off during the period of time where you are going live. Okay? Number 3, get something to drink. Refresh your throat, your vocal cords. Make sure that your voice is clear so that you have a good speaking tone of voice and you're ready to speak to your audience and also to engage your audience with a voice that is, at its best, 100% clarity. Okay, so sometimes we get a dry throat or we get a dry mouth, and it's best to have just a little sip of water. Stay clear from dairy. Okay, dairy causes mucus in your throats. Okay, dairy causes mucus in your throat glands, in your mouth. It causes a lot of saliva to be produced. And the last thing you want to do while you're talking to those of you who you're talking to, your viewers online, the last thing you want to do is, number 1, burp. Number 2, get something stuck in your throat. Number 3, have to cough, or any other thing that we do with our throats and that might look not so pleasant while we're talking to our viewers, okay? So you want to make sure that you get a sip of water, and you want to make sure that you are nice, your voice is ready, clear, and you're ready to go so that you have no interruptions while you are speaking to your audience or you're speaking to your friends on live, okay? So these are all the things that you're going to do before you hit that live button. Number 4, you are going to make sure that you're in a comfortable outfit. Something that you're not going to fidget with, you're not going to pull or adjust. Nobody likes a fidgeter. It can be very distracting to your viewers and to your audience. Same thing goes for your hair. Ladies, fix your hair in a very suitable way that suits the frame of your face. And if you know you are a fidgeter, or perhaps your hair is going to get inside of your face, then style your hair where your face is out, where your hair rather is out of your face. No one likes a fidgeter. And this, every other second can be very distracting, and it can turn off your viewer, and you will possibly lose someone who is watching what you have to say. So don't let your hair, don't let your outfit, don't even let your environment distract you from making your live presentation, okay? Number 5, yes, after this, I'm not gonna count anymore, but I'm just gonna give the steps. But number 5, you are going to press your live button, make sure that your seat is comfortable, and you are going to stare at your camera. So many times we see our friends or loved ones or people of influence come on live and they start staring at the comment section. What are people saying? Unless you're going to interact with your audience or with your viewers, that's completely fine because you're reading the comments. But please, please don't stare at the screen like this. Okay, don't do that. So I'm just going to tuck my hair back in where it was originally before I did that little demonstration so it doesn't get in my way, okay? So we know that once you go live, you might not have viewers right away. That's okay. So make sure that your greeting and your salutation is full enough that you can continue to engage the camera as you continue to talk. Because guess what? After your video is posted or your live is posted, your viewers in your audience is going to grow. And I'm telling you, there is nothing more awkward than watching silence. Or seeing a person stare off, waiting for followers to come in onto their live. Don't bother doing that. Get on, give your salutation or give your greeting or make your point. Say what you're going to be talking about or what your live presentation is all about so that your viewers afterwards who are watching your video or your live can be thoroughly engaged in what you are presenting to them. There's no need for you to wait for people to join your live, okay? It is a pre-recorded video, and therefore when they watch it later on, or if they should decide to revisit the video that you have made, they don't have to sit there and watch you as you wait for other people to join. I'm just letting you know, it's kind of awkward and it's kind of weird joining someone's live and seeing them sitting there saying absolutely nothing. Sometimes they might be staring at a phone. Sometimes they might be doing that. Don't do that. Continue to engage your audience with a topic that you're going to be talking about, or maybe engage your audience by stating what you're up to, what you're doing, ask people what they've been up to, or like how we are enduring pandemic right now, and some of us are in cities and countries where the quarantine orders are being lifted. Engage the audience with topics that you know are going to be impactful. Okay, so now that you've started your live, we need you to tell us why you have gone live and the purpose of your live. Don't just sit there and ramble, but tell us why we are watching you. Your audience will be able to feel like they can either be a part of it. Is it important for them to watch right away? Or do they need to participate and tune in at another time? That means the live video that you are doing at that moment, you're going to post it to your IGTV or to your Insta stories, or maybe you're going to upload it to your YouTube. They can watch it later on, and right very quickly in the first 30 to 60 seconds, your followers and your audience needs to know what you're going to be talking about. Otherwise, guess what's going to happen to your audience? Not interested. Bored. I'll come back later. And so if you're looking to have an audience on your live, then you want to get going and get talking as quick as you possibly can. All right? So last but not least, don't fidget. I know I've said this before already, but I want to say this again. Don't fidget during your live. Make sure that you are comfortable. Make sure that you are ready to go. Make sure that you have everything taken care of. Now, you can never get away from, things that naturally happen. For example, a sneeze. Well, just kind of get your head out of camera vision and just say bless you to yourself and say, excuse me, and then continue. Jump right back in where you left off. Don't ever give an opportunity for an awkward silence. Nobody enjoys an awkward silence. So keep the momentum going so that your audience is always fully entertained and engaged with you. All right. And last but not least, for this particular video, we are talking about live etiquette, the do's and the don'ts. Okay. So always thank your audience for joining you. Like today, thank you guys so much for joining me. I am recording this live on Instagram, but this will be posted to IG stories afterwards so that you guys can watch it afterwards. Maybe you're interested in doing your own live, but you're not really sure of how to do a live, or you're nervous, you got anxiety, you might fidget. You can go back and watch this video afterwards just to make sure, like, oh my gosh, do I do that? And if you do, now you have the opportunity to correct that, just so that your audience can grow, because this potentially can negatively hurt your audience watching your lives. Okay, so I'll get back to the last point. Lastly, always thank your audience for joining you. Your audience doesn't have to, but they've taken the necessary time to press join your live and watch and see what you have to say. So it's important. Always share your gratitude for someone inviting you into their personal space or their home or whatever they're doing. They might sacrifice a few minutes because they see that their favorite social media person is on live and like, oh my God, okay, I got 2 minutes. I can join their live really quickly. So always acknowledge them. Thank you for joining. You don't need to really say their names because you might not be able to pronounce all the names that you see, the people that are following you, or maybe, you can't really see who's joining your live correctly. So it's okay to, go a little closer and read the name and say, hey, thank you for joining. Really appreciate you guys for, coming in and joining this live with me. You want to make sure that you show your appreciation at all times. Okay, guys? Thank you for joining me today. And if you missed from the beginning of this video, we are talking about going live etiquette. All right. And so the same thing goes for if you are partnering up with someone and you're doing a live with another friend or colleague or business person, then you want to make sure that a few minutes before you go on live, you contact that person, whether it's through a DM or a text message. I usually say 2 to 5 minutes before you go live. You want to check in with them. You want to ask them, hey, it's almost that live time. Are you ready to go live? That way, if the person is dealing with a situation and they were not able to communicate that with you, then that is the most opportune time to let you know that, hey, give me extra 2 minutes. If you get on live right at the appointed time, then I need you to talk to the audience, engage the audience until I'm ready to go. All right. You want to stay away from getting on live and waiting for your collaborative partner to come on live and you're not engaging your audience. Okay, if your partner's not ready and you're not ready, don't start live. But if you are really prompt with, meeting the quota and the standard of the time frame that you've already, publicized about and you've advertised 5 o'clock live and you want to get on at 5 o'clock, then it's your duty to engage your audience until your collaborative partner comes on the live to feature with you. Okay, so make sure you always have a plan A and a plan B, what to talk about just in case to fill the awkward silence. All right. So those are all the pointers that I wanted to share with you guys today, basically talking about going live etiquette. It's very important so that you guys can grow your audience and your audience will always enjoy being a part of your dialogue, your conversation, and your live forum. I wish you guys all the best. Keep up the great work. Power to you. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day. Take care.